put the pressure onto these two. I mean, is Nico Baby going to farm all right up here? Can FNG do enough to keep him safe in this lane?
Yeah, PA usually only struggles if they can dive, and they can harass her a lot. He may have to buy a little bit of extra regen. Prophet's a great support for that, though, because he can always TP back base and buy some himself or pick up anything carried out. Rubik Brewmaster is a nice lane because you have the Cinder Brew that's easily activatable by the Fade Bolt, but I really am only afraid of kill lanes if I'm PA. He doesn't necessarily mind just daggering from afar. Her base damage nowadays is decent ever since they've been giving her that buff over the course of patches. Hey, it looks like he's going for the phase boots. I like this a lot against every hero that isn't tiny. So I guess that's a bit of a concern, but nice in lane as well as the Ricky.
Talking about the Ricky down bottom, Alliance Studio. Great job of really harassing mid one in this laning stage. Taking huge amounts of damage there from the two of them.
Yeah, they expertly counter this Ricky. Timbersaw, absolutely nothing you can do about it from the Ricky's perspective. And PA being the matchup, as good of a matchup as she is, I will be thoroughly impressed if mid one carries this game. I feel like this is a very hard Ricky game. And I will learn a lot if he does.
Not off to a great start. I mean, as you said, it's a hard game for the Ricky. And Alliance, they started off with a first blood against him. This lane proving to already be a little too much for mid one to handle and survive against.
That's actually crazy. Onskin just went for the mana burn. Despite Carapace really isn't that great in this lane against the low instance of damage from the Ricky Blink as well as the Shadow Demon Poison. So he's just being super annoying and saying, hey, mid one, if this lane wasn't hard enough for you already, here's less mana for you.
We'll see if mid one can play a little more safe as well. Again, just these two. Every time he tries to step up, making it very hard for mid one to find his farm down here. And, you know, obviously last game we saw mid one have a very tough time on the safe lane Ember. So eyes definitely on him to see what he's going to be able to do this time round. As top lane, attempt to go on to FNG. Nico Baby's going to jump over towards Saxa. FNG will go down. Can Nico Baby get the trade kill? Yeah, he'll be able to see all the Fairy Fire. Indeed, he wasn't quite ready for that. Did start to back off, and that's going to cost him the opportunity to finish that kill off as Nico Baby won't be able to find him in return. Meanwhile, around the mid, Hanskin sweeps in. Able to secure this arcane rune for Limp. A very juicy bottle refill for him as well. Something that Topson would have is going to miss out on a lot here as Topson low on the mana front too. And bottom, yeah, I'm just consistently seeing mid one just being unable to really step up to the wave here.
Look at his build for Ricky. That shows he knows he has absolutely no aggression potential here as he is meant to weather this Timbersaw storm. The problem I have with this tiny last pick is that against Timber, if your carry can't naturally stay in lane against it and defend the tower, that usually you have like a mid laner like Ember or something that's going to go bottom and just push the wave, distract the Timbersaw as much as possible. I don't really know who that is for OG. I don't know who they bring down here to stall the Timbersaw's early momentum pushes with the catapults. As the thing that is Timbersaw is so nice here is he flourishes against carries that have to stay in lane. If you're a carry that can kind of just dip out and go jungle, Timbersaw loses a lot of his early effectiveness in terms of shutting down the opponent carry. But Ricky has no backup plan.
Mid lane. Getting in onto Topson, but Hanskin off the mark there with the stun. Topson able to do a good job of juking it. Turns around to looks to kill off Hanskin, but the Remnant's out. Protective disruption there from No-Tail. This poison won't kill Hanskin, and Topson does end up going down at the end of it all.
Yeah, you were mentioning he was struggling for mana, and he was 5 mana short of the Avalanche.
And look at this chase here from Limp. Another beautifully placed Remnant. I mean, really getting the work done there with that arcane rune. 2 kills for Limp in the mid.
Yeah, this patch can be rather toxic with these early lineups with heroes like Timbersaw and Nyx, where you just can't deal with them. And it makes your whole entire game awkward because that movement mid is allowed to happen because Nyx is just not needed at all bottom. And the snowball effect is insane, how quickly it comes into play. S4 is going to certainly be looking to apply a lot of pressure with this catapult. Bottom lane, he is level 6 as well, so that amps up his damage and aggression to threaten anybody who defends. Really interested to see what OG does about this.
See, in the jungle, Hansken and FNG starting to invade. Getting a lot of damage onto it, No-Tail here, but able to make his way around the tree and body block. But yeah, as you say, it's definitely going to be a question of how on earth do they get these items onto Ricky. Like, can Mid1 go elsewhere on the map? As you said, he can't really hit the jungle creeps. Top lane, we'll see Thompson coming in with the rotation onto Nico, baby, but he had pretty much a full wand. He's going to be off and into the trees, and they can't hunt any further for him. So this move not going to be successful here from the two of them, as Nico baby's able to sneak himself away. And yeah, this is just time wasted here for OG.
Really good itemization from Nico baby, having the wand raindrops to be able to survive through that anticipated tiny burst.
Oh, mid. Ooh. Mid1 having to be very cautious there. He gets caught by that remnant. He'd be dead for sure.
Bottom tower's already dead, by the way. I didn't even notice that. 7 minutes.
Yeah, he just finished it off. I mean, this is, yeah, that bottom lane. I mean, it pretty much what went as you would sort of expect it to do, right? You've got this Ricky lane. They're never going to be able to hold off this Timber's early pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't see anything that OG's entire lineup could do to stop. S4 now going to play his own dead lane, making sure that there's no tower pressure up top coming out from OG. This is a really nice way to enable heroes like PA. They want to sit taking the safest farm on the map, chilling bottom. Yeah, Tiny's going to take over bottom. I guess I expected Ricky to stay bottom, but he's going to be jungling a small camp around mid. I don't know. It's not like a flame. I don't think there's much better options for mid one. That just not feel good what this game looks like.
I mean, I guess at this sort of stage, what for OG, the real pressure is going to be on Thompson and Seb to just make moves and keep the game going to allow Mid1 to get the time to get his farm.
Yeah, I love what Thompson's doing here. He knows he can't really kill Nico baby, but he knows Nico baby can't really mess with him. So he's just being annoying.
Well, they're going to bring in a pair of hands here to try and have a go on to Thompson. Hansken joining to try and push Thompson back, but as you say, Thompson still very much knowing his strength. See Top trying to get aggressive onto S4, but yeah, he's not really under any pressure at all. In fact, Seb might be forced to get out of here as he has to TP away from S4. As it really does seem at the moment nothing they can do about this. Timber Limp comes in from the side with the DD ready to go, blows up Saxa, and the pressure will be onto another tier 1 tower. So not only S4's presence and laning down bottom, allowing them to get that very early tier 1 tower taken from the safe lane of OG. Now moving up to this top lane, he's sort of pushed them out of this area of the map, and he's getting pressure onto a second tier 1 already at 9 minutes in.
Whenever I watch teams like OG, I feel like I'm watching 5D chess, where I don't fully understand how they intend to win this game. And right now, if they win this game, at this very moment, I have no idea how that's going to happen. And I know it doesn't seem like they're down by that much, but PA's getting way better farm than the Ricky. And Timbersaw, I guess PA's only ahead by 100 gold. Wow, what? I just tuned into the net worth. Huh. Never mind. Maybe I'm mistaken here.
FNG.
Timbersaw just undealable with it. I just see all this stuff and I'm like, PA's farming bottom. Timbersaw is #1 on the net worth. Void Spirit's game's perfectly fine. Like, all 3 cores on Alliance are perfectly happy. You'd rather have the good start on Timber than PA, because Timber's the one that's making space. So, man, OG, I feel like they just neglected to respond to Timber, which is a hero, in my opinion, at least, requires a response. They look to invade or kill Nico baby bottom, but he's Spidey senses are tingling here.
Yeah, he's gonna stick at least around the tier 1. He's got FNG to back him up. And do you like this from Nico baby? He's got the Deso queued up, so not going for the Battle Fury. I guess going for something that's going to allow him to play in a way that will really punish this whole time where Mid1, he knows Mid1 has to get the Battle Fury on the Ricky, and he's going to be able to be so active before Mid1 has his core items to fight with.
know how much I like this or not.
He made Limp. Getting it onto Saxa.
Radiant's top tower.
So you see that OG's electing to just play completely away from the Timbersaw, just ignore him, but that's costing them all their tier 1s, because wherever S4 walks, bottom first, then top, now mid. Thompson's trying to make as much space and action happen as possible in the other lanes, but does killing a Nature's Prophet really matter all that much as Limp TP's in?
I mean, definitely not. If it costs Thompson his life, Remnant's going to be off the mark. Hanskin impales down. Thompson's going to get burst out. Except he's out with the TP. If they got anything to stop it, they haven't. But as you say, you know, Thompson with the aggression, sure, he gets the profit, but he loses his life.
I would say space from Thompson and Seb, but I don't really know space what for, you know? I like this TP on from FMG to the high ground. This is one of the cute things you can do on Nature's Prophet support. You can do it on core too, but you know, you got nothing else to do when you're support. He is only level 4, so he's basically just a ward for his team at this point.
And S4 still very much seemingly in unkillable territory. I mean, does it ever sort of, you know, when are they going to be able to kill this Timbersaw this game?
It looks like Seb has just gone Brown Boots Spirit Vessel, so that's the timing they're looking for, but they didn't get any new charges bottom after using it to be aggressive on FMG there because he died too far away from the brew. S4, if they can hit this window where they get a Spirit Vessel charge before this Yules comes out, that I think is the narrow window they will have to hit. Because S4 is going to single-handedly take mid tower while it takes a 4-man commitment from OG in order to get the trade.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Thompson. Well, he's got to probably TP out immediately here. If he wants to live, he's going to start making his way out, and yeah, he's out in time.
Good space.
Yeah.
When you're a mid and you have a hero like Ricky that just has to farm all the good farm, all the nice safe farm, and he's got no other options, you have to get creative. You have to take some super dangerous farm, force the enemy team to come respond to you without dying, and that's exactly what Thompson's doing here. The overwhelming blink queued up.
Yeah, we'll see if he follows up on that. That'll be a pretty wild first item rush, the complete overwhelming blink. See, the haste rune's going to be grabbed up by S4. I mean, S4 could look to run down Thompson here with that. It'll be held back by the disruption. Dagger out attacks, but Limp falls. They've got the brew split out and that extra bit of control to keep S4 held in place with the Wind Panda. He comes back down, though. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything aggressive onto S4. They've got to start running away from him. He's still got the remainder of that haste going. They'll try with the combo and the Spirit Vessel. That might just do it. He's out to the side with the Timber Chain, but the Spirit Vessel allows them to get the kill. Midbon in with a finishing hit.
Oddly enough, they had to wait till the Brewmaster ulti ended because he still gets the Spirit Vessel charges while he's in Brew Split, but he can't use it until he comes out. So that was really well played by OG. That's step 1. The thing about this Nico Baby item choice is that there's 2 ways you can go. You can try to capitalize on the fact that Ricky's not able to fight by going the Deso like he is, or you can just capitalize on the fact that he's going to be passively farming too, and you outscale him, so you just go for the passive farm route, and he's choosing the former. I feel like in NA, they always choose the latter, so I don't exactly know how this one's going to play out.
So, I know Hanskin was sneaking around there with all the sentries they had set up. They come in, drop the
15-minute Battle Fury for mid one. Honestly, pretty damn good, all things considered. Really bad lane. Ricky has no farming steroid to enable him to get that sooner, like Jug-type heroes and Troll-type heroes do.
No, I mean, absolutely, considering the start he had. And as you say now, when you see Mid-1 actually being still able to achieve this sort of Battle Fury timing, does that makes you a bit worried, a bit more worried for the build that Nico Baby's going in return?
It just means that they have to get a lot done with the Deso and the timing they hit. They can't be content with the status quo of both teams farming at this point, because Ricky will just be much happier with the items he's bought compared to the PA.
Top, no tail. Gonna find the setup onto Limp, but just set by his side. Thompson starting to move in as well. Alliance, they are beginning to set up in the jungle. Actually, Limp maybe seeing if he can get the connection onto Seb. Seb No split available. He's out of mana, and he's out of life.
Prophet ulti.
Let's see if they can get anything more out of this demonic purge. Slowing down Limp for now. Over to the side, Taxa. He's trying to get out, and he'll make it away. No TP cancel there between the two of them. Same to be said as those surrounding No-Tail can't put a stop to his escape either. So, I mean, I'm definitely very intrigued to see if Thompson does indeed do this. I mean, it's not a lot of times you see the full blink, well, pretty much no time, where you see a hero that wants to rush the completed blink upgrade as their pretty much first and only major item.
There's one player in the world that'll do it. It's probably Thompson.
I mean,
it's almost got that Ags.
Yeah.
1,200 gold off. That's really important against Ricky specifically. Heavily reliant upon spellcasting to survive. They missed the dust bottom. Narrowly missed.
Yeah, very close there. Mid one just able to jump outside of the range of it. And still, as every moment passes, Mid one getting that little bit further ahead of Nico Baby's farm on the PA. They've got to get some action done with this Deso.
Suddenly, I'm really liking what OG's doing here. That tends to be how it goes when I'm watching OG in drafts where it doesn't really make sense to me what they were doing. They just killed the Timbersaw once. Suddenly, the momentum on the map, it's palpable. You can feel that's kind of gone. They've taken all the tier 1s, and now what? Oh, the Sentry clipped the Nyx a bit, but he walked out of it. I was wondering what doing there.
I mean, and you definitely seem right. It seems that, you know, I mean, what do Alliance go for here? I mean, all the tier 1s taken off the map. Like, what is the next move? Are you trying to make smoke moves with this PA and the Deso? You know, who are you trying to hunt down?
That's why I'm really surprised. I'm gonna... Okay, I'll wait till this way.
They're going to try and get the jump in, but again, Taxa. That stolen spike carapace stopping the initial burst from Alliance. And now Saxon maybe even trying to see if they can get the setup with the turnaround. Disruption used, but already Nico Baby finds himself his first target. He's in onto No-Tail. Now he'll turn over towards Thompson. In he goes, they'll get the two of them. Saxon trying to fight with the help of 7, his primal split. Nico Baby's going to end up going down as Midbone gets the kill. Nico Baby's dead. Hansken also falling. As, you know, now FNG is in it. As Midbone and Seb, they're going to look for him. FNG going for the TP out, but they've got the stun. FNG going down. And we'll see S4. I mean, I don't think the three of them will be able to do anything about him. Yeah, S4's going to be able to step away. But this has got to be a big concern, right, for Alliance, Brian, is, you know, this is fights where your PA has got a Deso, an item to fight with, but you're losing to the team that has the Ricky with the Battle Fury. Midbond's getting more out of these fights than Nico Baby is.
Yeah, my honest interpretation, and this is with the presumption that I'm 100% willing to be wrong, is that I see them take all these tier 1s, and I look at the map right now, and I'm not really sure what Alliance can do objective-wise, like to further their map advantage. And by going this Desolator, you're pretty much saying that's what you want to do. If you want to go continue to force the issue, while if you had just gone Battle Fury, you would be content trading farm because PA scales better than Ricky. So I'm really skeptical of Nico Baby's plan of this game, and just like I was skeptical of what OG was doing earlier, I'm now skeptical of what his vision of this game is.
Top, they will manage to get the kill on the Seb. Midbomb finds FNG though. Midbomb and Thompson, they're seeing if they can get back in on this. Thompson, controlled by the Yules and Alliance completely splitting. Midbomb won't be able to find any kills, but again, just finding the space to continue to get his Ags done, and it's pretty much there. So again, just all things said and done, when you look at the lane that Midbomb was given at the start, the beginning he was having, 20 minutes in, he's got his Ags Battle Fury. This is brilliant timing for the Ricky.
So what skipping the Battle Fury does for Nico Baby is that usually you go Battle Fury, Deso, BKB. But now since he's removed the Battle Fury, his BKB timing will be a bit earlier than it would otherwise have been. So the fact that it's going to have maybe a minute or two earlier BKB, but his later timings will be delayed, it just means that they really have to hit that timing hard. That's what I'm looking for. I always go into the assumption that these players know more than I do about this scenario. So I expect that's what he's probably going to be looking for, as OG wants to get mid-tier 1 as Limp stalling out as best he can.
See how much Alliance can do to slow down this push. S4 standing forward, but immediately the vessel's down onto him into the follow-up combo. He's caught in the smoke screen. We're going to see Limp try and jump over towards the squishies. He's looking for the Shadow Demon. He'll get it. Big crit comes out from Nico, baby, as No Tail falls. S4 still alive, chains himself away. The vessel continue to tick him down, though. Thompson in with a chase. Another burst combo takes out S4. The damage from the Tricks of the Trade sets up for another as Mid1 gets the kill. And now Nico, baby, he's isolated alone. The stolen dissimulate from Saxon, giving him the ability to dodge to the side, keep himself away from the PA. PA getting controlled here by Thompson and Seb as there's another dead. S4's brought back here in an attempt to turn this fight around, but he's just alone. The vessel down upon him. Another cloud put in place as S4. He's got to be careful. He brought back for this. He's trying to get out of the side with the timber chain, but Thompson blinks in again. It's a dieback on S4 here at 22 minutes. And the numbers is 14 to 14, less than 1k in. But you really can't help but feel that Alliance is really losing any sort of momentum this game. And that Mid1's Ricky is going to become a big, big problem.
Yeah, when I say PA scales better than Ricky, that's assuming they both have the same farm. One is 3,000 net worth ahead already, and he went Battle Fury Axe. Kills creep waves instantly, as you see top here. He just pushes his third spell, and boom, they're dead. On the other hand, PA, he's being forced to fight. He has a fighting build. He's died twice ever since buying it. I legit think this could just be a misread from Nico, baby. I think OG is punishing this, like, sense that Alliance had that they could continue forcing the issue. They were being aggressive with the Timbersaw when they had Spirit Vessel but no Yules, and now they're trying to fight in a time that it appears was too early for PA to be able to fight here, because even though he went for these fighting items, he's kind of just died to the tiny overwhelming damage and the control coming out from the Brewmaster. Spirit Vessel owning. Yeah. It's pretty sick from Seb. I really do think like OG had to play this near flawlessly to punish what Alliance is doing here, so it's more impressive to me what OG is doing than it is the shortcomings of what Alliance has had happen recently.
And now we're gonna have OG entering into the pit. Will be scanned out by Alliance. See if they're gonna be able to try and put up a fight to push OG off this objective. So we have Seb. I mean, Seb just 100 gold away from having Aghanims himself. And it looks like even with the scan Alliance that they're not looking to do anything about this. They don't feel confident of taking a fight around the pit in this moment where Nico baby's still a few hundred gold off the BKB. So OG, they're going to be able to get this one for free.
I think one of the hardest things to do in Dota is to accept that you can't do anything about what the other team has. And I think what the secret to OG's success this game was to accept that they could absolutely do nothing about the Timbersaw. So for so long early game, as Seb dies to the Limp solo plus the Nature's Prophet ulti. And I don't know if you've checked it out, Owen, but have you looked at Thompson's item queue?
Yeah, he's nearly got it, dude.
He's committing.
He is committing. It wasn't a meme. It's, as you said, if any player's going to do it, if anyone's going to rush the straight upgraded Blink, it would be Thompson. I mean, what do you think about it? I mean, it's going to add a lot of damage to his combo, right? And it's going to be something else that's going to be very hard for Alliance to run away from when he's in with that slow.
Yeah, I think it's just all about the control. Keep people in the Ricky's Tricks of the Trade as well.
No, that's true. Very true. And bottom lane, I mean, S4, after what was such a solid start with the way that he was able to play around the map, get the tier ones as early as he did with the pressure, his game has just taken a massive hit at this stage.
Yeah, Timbersaw, he's feast or famine. He's either unkillable or he's a pinata because he's used to be unkillable and now you just feed off of the candy inside. I look at this overwhelming Blink from Tiny, and I actually asked myself, what would be like a better item? What does Tiny need to do his job in this game? I can't really think of anything. He's just going to be a Blink combo anyway, so might as well make that Blink combo that much more potent, as it's now an AoE slow, and it also does, at this point, about 340 damage when he blinks in.
That's a fair amount, and then of course adding into the extra bit of damage he's going to have with the punch, thanks to the strength and that general tankiness. I mean, it all checks out. A very nice hero to get this item on. And yeah, the slow, as you say, I mean, it's a very strong slow. 6 seconds slow. 50% movement speed. Mid lane, Thompson coming in onto the two of them. As you can see, Hansken, he's going to really struggle to run away from this sort of initiation now. Anytime that Thompson's in with the overwhelming blink, you cannot run.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bottom. Saxa. That will be a free kill here for the side of Alliance. While I say that, Thompson's going to come in with the counterplay. NicoBaby has to put the BKB and run away. First charge down, and he's having to use it to retreat. S4 has been found in the trees. He's trying to get his way out of there, but there's just so much damage. And now Midland with the full Daedalus at 27 minutes in. He's ready to start kicking out those 1K crits.
Yeah, this is when Ricky looks absolutely disgustingly broken. When he's this far ahead with these items against these fragile of heroes coming out from Alliance. A really high win rate against Nyx and pubs, by the way, guys, if you're having some trouble with Nyx. Really hard to stun somebody who's invulnerable during the damage that they deal.
Oh. See if they can get him there once. I don't think they're going to be trying it for a second time, though, right now.
That's probably the last time mid one hits a building this game. Probably what he realizes there. Kind of the nature of Ricky. The hero's kit is all about the informational advantage that he gains by being invisible and then being able to jump you. So that is very counterintuitive to hitting buildings. But he had the Aegis there, so it's not like he lost anything major. Back to farming.
Very juicy rune as well there up the river. DD, if they're able to go and pick it up. And looking for the setup here onto mid-bomb. They've got the trap with the remnant, but a nice save here from Notel with the disruption. The follow is there from Hansken, though, comes in with the stun, and there's crits are there this time in the hands of NicoBaby as they take down mid-bomb. See what more they can get from this. NicoBaby over towards Saxa. They'll get a second. Alliance, can they get more from this? They're trying to chase down Seb. He comes out of the split. Carapace is out, though. NicoBaby's ready to jump over. And finally, Alliance able to get the team fight in the way that they hoped for. Enabling NicoBaby, allowing him to go from target to target and starting things off by taking down that Ricky.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. There's no way you're farming your way back into this game for Alliance. Really good move by them. I love watching it. Like I said, I'm skeptical of what the PA's items were in terms of the timing, but this is exactly what they flourish at, and despite being down, they have identified exactly what they need to do to win this game, and I always trust they know better. So I love to watch it. I love the fact that FNG is going these nice enabling items. He's basically giving his PA
Extra net worth. He's got drums. He's got a solar. He's going a soul cuirass after that. This is just effectively giving NicoBaby an item or two. It comes to that carry-to-carry matchup as the game goes on, that can definitely tilt the balance in NicoBaby's favor, even if Ricky is higher net worth.
And yeah, a fan of this was seeing here first time this patch as well. You know, Notel getting the bots nice and early on his Shadow Demon.
Of course, yeah. Just a normal
just
Boots
OG
of Travel
things.
Shadow Demon timing, yeah. I think Boots of Travel can offer so many things to different heroes. One of which can be like split pushing away from your team. I think in the case of Shadow Demon, it's that he can show up to fights and ganks because he's like that crucial +1 to offer that extra damage. I think that's what he's going for here.
Thompson. He tripped up. I've got to be cautious though. Thompson has this DD ready to go for the next jump. He's going to pop it now. Alliance, they want to try and fight into this. Seb, the split. As Alliance themselves begin to separate. You're going to see the jump on a Notel. Notel has to buy back. They instantly take him down with a big crit. Seb has the control onto Lim. See NicoBaby focusing down Thompson with this BKB up. He's getting the work done. A second kill for NicoBaby. The BKB does now come to an end though, so he has to be careful of the chase here, but he's out with a blink. Off to the side. OG try and turn their efforts towards S4, but he's underneath the tier 2. Actually thinking about chasing back in on this. Dust still out onto mid.
Mana burn stolen. That's super annoying for us. You gotta love the entering the carries mindset from mid one. He had the Aegis and he queued up the butterfly, dies with the Aegis, then dies afterwards, and suddenly the BKB. Well, it looks like I'm gonna need one of those. We've all been there, I'm sure. Do you usually buy BKB after your third Battle Fury, Owen, or when do you usually go for it?
I usually buy it in the next game.
Oh, of course, of course.
You can see a little bit of the old rat-a-tat-tat here from FNG. Instantly put to a
I
stop
also
though.
think what No Tail is doing with the Boots of Travel is that somebody at all stages of the game is going to have to deal with this annoying split push. And honestly, nobody else really wants to. Tiny wants to be ganking. Ricky wants to be farming while looking to be the +1. Brewmaster's the frontline team fight. So he's probably the best candidate, probably enough.
Oh, S4 getting aggressive here by the tower, looking to take out No Tail. OG's there with a response. They lose No Tail, but mid one, he's found the setup straight in onto FNG with the tricks for trade. He gets the crit, takes down the Prophet. See what more they can look for. Limp committing with the BKB. He's got the catch onto the Ricky. Nico Baby's there with a follow-up. Another crit in as Nico Baby takes down mid one. I mean, mid one's down for 80 seconds. Alliance, they are pulling these fights out effortlessly now. Despite this period of the game where Midbon's farm was starting to get ahead, they're controlling and killing the Ricky. This is a huge amount of time. Ricky's out of the game. Alliance is going to be able to put a huge amount of pressure onto the base. Stops him. He's trying to slow them down. I mean, they'll just start moving over towards him. The stun's on him. Nico Baby's in with a follow-up. Thompson's dead. No buyback on him either. I mean, all the tier 2s have been taken. They've got a lot of space Alliance to at least take one set of racks. And maybe even more with the fact that these buybacks aren't up.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Yeah, this is, I always say I'm either right or I'm learning. And I'm learning a lot this week.
Yeah, this is, I mean, this is just, you know, it's clear now that this is the plan that Alliance had all along.
Yeah.
They were just playing for this 30 minutes, group up and go. It didn't matter if Farm was going to be there on mid one. They felt confident in the initiation. We've seen pretty much each time, you know, Limp and Hansken, they've been getting that opening onto the Ricky, whether it be the Remnant or the Impale, and it's just ruined mid one's game. It's been irrelevant how much farm he's had on him because they're just blowing him up throughout the durations of the stuns that they have.
Yeah, it might be a bit of overconfidence from mid one to go for the Daedalus before BKB, maybe like casual Crystallis before BKB. There's so many small mistakes that you can make in the game of Dota, and sometimes they just snowball into oblivion, as he's probably needed a BKB for the last 2 or 3 team fights now. As you said, Alliance has chain stunned him perfectly with the Ag's Void Spirit as well as the Impale from the Nyx, and PA represents the damage you need to kill him, and that's why this matchup's so good for PA. And you end up taking the blur evasion on Nico Baby, so Ricky literally doesn't touch you. He's got 80% of it.
With this smoke move, they can catch one of the big boys, maybe find Thompson. They do. There's the opening. Nico Baby getting the bash straight up. The follow-up's there. Thompson, he needs help. Is he going to get it in time? No, they're all bailing on him. They can't save Thompson. As out for 80 seconds. Again, Alliance just blowing this game wide open now. 7k lead for them. DD rune popped on Nico Baby. He can really start to continue to keep this pressure on. I mean, they're smoked up on OG, but I don't think they're going to be scared of too much. They'll look to take the Roche with this DD. Heading over to the pit. But OG, I mean, they've just taken huge hits now in the last 5 minutes of play, and I think they're going to be pretty shaken up by all of this.
I think they have to get an MKB or a Rapier on mid one. It looks like they're going to elect to actually just contest the Aegis. It's going to die so quickly, though.
They've got to get it. I don't think they're going to be able to get it soon enough. The damage from Nico Baby. He's taking it down too quickly, and he's got it. There's the kill. There's the Aegis. They're outside of the pit. They do lose Limp. Instant burst combo comes into play. Hansken, though, with a beautiful stun onto the 2 of them. The setup's there onto No Tail. Stolen Impale thrown back here. Will cause the death of Hansken. See what Nico Baby can do with the cleanup. He's jumping over. He's been able to find the first target. No Tail. Now he turns over towards Midbon. Midbon popping the BKB, but he's having to run with this BKB. He's trying to get out of here. Seb comes to a finish with the split. Remnant out, controlling him. Midbon's trying to jump back in with the tricks. The traders, he got enough damage to kill Nico Baby. Nico Baby getting low, but the BKB is still good to go. As they've got a backup, they can't even kill Nico Baby the once hit, as they have to get back into position to protect their axe.
Yeah, they're just super durable on Alliance's side. All that blur evasion, the temper saw, and FMG doing exactly what Nature's Prophet does best. It's even better when it's just a 5 position. You do the same thing as a core Nature's Prophet would, maybe a bit slower, but every fight they're on a timer on the side of OG. And this is just kind of Ricky. The nature of snowballing heroes, man. You either kill everybody in 1 second, or they end up being durable enough to not die at all. He is queuing up the rapier. He knows
he needs it.
They're out this game.
Yeah. Especially with this AC Solar Crest build from FNG. It's, perfect to have alongside this PA. And a PA now with the Ags complete. So it's going to be even harder to control in these fights.
Yeah, PA is always also good against Ricky because Ricky feasts the information game. He wants to jump you. And the Ags... Nico Baby shows he truly understands this matchup. It's obviously an enemy you can buy anyway, but...
He's going in on S4. There's a lot of backup here for S4. Midbon, he's got to get on the retreat. Topson's having to get in with the combo onto the two of them as he's found Limp, but Limp pops the cheese. BKB's up. He's going to be fine. Silence onto Nico Baby. Nico Baby trying to run. The stun's there from the brew. Can Seb finish him the once? He can't. Nico Baby's still fine and good to go. Midbon has to use the BKB to retreat. Big stun comes out. They burst through the Aegis of Nico Baby. They'll also find the life of Hanskin. Can they kill Nico Baby a second time? As he's standing to the side, still has the backup of Limp, FNG, and S4. Alliance.
Still has BKB on PA.
They still seem happy to go in on this Limp. Starting things on to Topson. Nico Baby looking for the perfect time to jump in. He still watches from the side.
No buyback on him.
Burst through Limp. That is Limp down for 100 seconds. Now Nico Baby looks to commit. In onto Seb. That's going to be the brew down. Now popping the BKB. Turns on towards Topson. A buyback comes out from Seb, but he cannot get in position to save Topson in time as Topson is down. They have caught S4 on the high ground as S4 not quite able to make it back out as easily as Nico Baby did. So S4 will get left behind here. Chase from Saxa, finding further setup onto FNG as OG look to try and get as much as they can off this defense, but they won't be able to stop the TPL. As the Prophet's away and Nico Baby's back in!
The sentry on the high
He
ground.
finds the Ricky! Saxa's got a ghost step to save himself, but Nico Baby just weaving perfectly in and out of these fights. As he's just in again. He is diving near tier 4s. They do have the stun control. He's 20-second cooldown on the BKB. All right, I mean, I guess weaving perfectly in and out of the fights until then. And they have indeed got what they came for. I don't think he's going to be too fussed with being dead for 90 seconds. He may not have buyback, but how much can OG do about this? Up against the mega creeps here at 39 minutes. Alliance, they're definitely tasting the victory here in this game. It feels very close to them if they can keep this up for one more fight and just push OG over the edge.
It was so crucial that Mid One survived that fight. His buyback here cost him so much time on his rapier because I thought that was going to be the hardest hold for OG to get past. But the only reason that it was going to be the hardest one was because if Mid One survives, he'll have a rapier for the next one. And that is their timing for OG. They have to somehow keep this game going for long enough to make that happen. This game has been wild back and forth. Every single time I think one team's favored to win the game, the other team seems to take the reins. So I almost have to believe at this stage that I would favor OG based on my interpretation of this game so far.
I mean, OG's definitely got to do something pretty wild to come back into this one right now.
Is under attack.
So they're on the probability 6% here for OG, 94 for Alliance, considering how well Alliance has done here in all of these fights and how well Nico Baby's just popped off with this build and in a way that, you know, regardless of the farm that Mid One had early on, Mid One's still very much a vulnerability. If one of these carries gets caught out, it could be pretty much game for each team. As up top, Topson, he's caught out alone. And again, no buyback. Still just a little short on the gold. 40 gold short of the buyback here, Topson Alliance. They're going to try and chase for more. S4 leading in. Pokes out a response from Midbon. Midbon actually jumping over to the small creeps. Nico Baby's prepared with the dust. Midbon trying to hide in the trees. Jumps over the cliff here with the tricks of the trade. He'll be able to get out of there. There'll be a buyback from Saxa. Seb committing with the split. See what Seb can chase down. He's trying to go in onto S4, but with the hood and the bloodstone, S4's fine. Bottom lane, FNG going for a bit of split pressure. OG, they'll be able to punish it as FNG caught on his own. They'll find themselves the kill.
Such a tall ask for OG here. They have to push lanes against Nature's Prophet, Megas, and the pick-off potential of an Axe PA and a Nyx assassin. They quickly are wrangled back into their base here.
See mid-bomb. Trying to start the action here with Seb. That's Limp. Oh, he's straining onto the backlines. He's found the catch on the Saxo. He's able to burst him down low, but the save comes in. The disruption gives Saxo a bit of time, but Hansken has the impale to follow it up. They've caught Limp. Limp is dead, though. Damage is enough here from mid-bomb. And into the trees, they'll find Hansken as well. The cloud is down. Hansken, has he got any means of escape? He's trying. He's running through the trees, but they're on top of him once more. The tricks of the trade will do it.
1,300 gold for that rapier.
He's closing in on it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Do get that gem under their control. I mean, once he has the rapier, I mean, how hard is it going to be for Alliance to push into it? Like, do OG realistically have this chance to swing this game around with that rapier?
The big thing is that PA and BKB right now is invincible, but once he gets the rapier, that's not the case anymore. So it'll affect a lot about PA's ability to actually dish out damage in the fight, because Nico Baby will have to be much more selective about when he goes in. And yeah, I don't really know how OG consistently gets out on the map unless they kill heroes. So if Alliance doesn't really fight into them, I don't know how they get out, but I also don't know how Alliance goes high ground now unless they kill OG. Definitely a matter of who can get the initiation onto who around the map, as Ricky, as he scales into the game,
Dire's middle tower
becomes so obnoxious to deal with because you just can't see him, and suddenly you're dead, as he now hits for almost 600 damage, ignoring backstab.
All right. I mean, they're up against the Megas, OG.
And he's got ninja gear. That's actually even more annoying. God, this game would be so annoying to play. You're dealing with an Axe PA, split pushing Nature's Prophet with ninja gear, and a Ricky with a rapier. I don't know. Very enjoyable to watch, but yeah. I don't envy the people that have to play against this.
No, this is certainly a good one. As Alliance, you know, the fact that they have these Megas, they seem on the verge of victory, but it's only 5k between them, and this Ricky with the rapier is it could definitely be a problem. It's going to be all down to the execution right now. As Alliance,
Toxin can get that level 25. 3 toss charges would.
OG this time around could give Alliance a pretty formidable fight around the pit, and Alliance know it. They're a little cautious on how they commit for this. They know that OG is going to come in and try and make the jump. And there it is. Actually, it's going to be Limp starting things off. It looks to come in with the BKB. They're able to catch out, take down Saxo. Spike Carapace set up onto Seb. We see S4 running towards the backlines, trying to split OG apart. Thompson comes in with a combo. Mid-one jumps over. The BKB coming out from Nico Baby as Nico Baby's out of the tricks of the trade. He's on the retreat. Mid-one's looking for a target to chase. He's able to get in. Demonic plays down onto the PA, and they've got the damage with this rapier. Mid-one claims the double kill. See what S4 can do to put a stop to this. Mid-one's actually keeping out. He's got to defend the base. He has to get back to the tier 4s. Seb's getting run down by S4. Can Seb get himself away from this? Another Yule's up. Buying time for Limp to close the gap. In with the remnant. Step down for 2 minutes. Mid-one's out on the map. He's got the silence onto Limp. Limp getting taken out. The crits come into play. Mid-one gets the kill. Limp buying back immediately. Nico Baby in with a bit of bash control, but Mid-one's still got the BKB good to go. There's an avalanche drop down. On the chase. He's over towards S4. S4 chaining out to the side. Another jump with the trick to the trade. That's PA down and out. A dieback on Nico Baby. Mid-one just tearing them apart here with the rapier.
But their base. Oh god! Dota just solo killed F&G.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Brian, there's 2 heroes down for 2 minutes. How much can OG get done with this?
I don't know if they can get anything done. That's the thing. It's like, how do you even get out of your base?
Dude.
I guess the Nature's Prophet is dead now, but you're still dealing with Nyx, so nobody can go alone.
I mean,
anybody is susceptible.
Brian,
Mid-one actually elects to carry the gem. Okay, never mind. He drops it. I was curious if he was going to hold on to that.
And yeah, Mid-one, talk about big brain stuff. Do you like this? Queuing up an arcane blink, so he's got that extra spam ability on his spells.
Yeah, it's not just the spam ability; it's also the reach you have.
Yeah,
you're able to follow up your Thompson combo from a much further distance. We've seen it before. I think in China region they go for this arcane blink. I think it was. I can't even remember who did it first, but Ame was doing it. It's pretty cool. It also lowers the cast point on Tricks of the Trade, which can sometimes be the difference maker when you're dealing with stuns and burst damage from Nyx.
And now OG, they're over to the pit.
And Ags Shattered Demon as well.
Yeah.
So suddenly that break that the panel was talking about during the draft is coming into play. I think there's a lot against PA too. I mean, Nico Baby's gonna struggle in these fights. Rapier for the damage threat and the break for the inability for him to deal damage.
I mean, they've got to find mid one right. If you don't catch this Ricky at the start of the fights, mid one's just going to clean up every single time. And as we've seen,
find the invisible guy, you know.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, as you said, you mentioned earlier, obviously OG, it's not necessarily easy for them to find the PA, but definitely even more difficult for Alliance to find the Ricky. As long as mid one's able to keep himself to the side and be truly confident in his whereabouts of Alliance's hero's positioning before he commits in. So going for the Roche. Alliance are all back up. They're going to take this Roche down pretty quickly with that Rapier damage.
It has to be quick because the lanes are pushing in.
Except just scouting things out with the Wind Panda, able to hold people back as well. OG, they're going to be able to get this cleaned up. Who's taking what? Thompson, he's going to take the axe. As now they're chased in, they've got the catch on S4, Limp jumping in with the BKB, trying to help out. Can they burst him out? The base is dying though. Tier 4s are falling. If Alliance could just sort of keep OG out and distracted, the Treants might just do it. The first tier 4 down, the second tier 4 down as well. As OG, they may be getting the kills, but they've got to get back. FNG's in, he's looking to close this round. The Treants are doing it. FNG's going to be able to end the game. He's got it. Surely Thompson is trying to hold them off, but the creeps, they've finished it. Alliance will win the game. I mean, Alliance. I mean, it wouldn't be any other team on a sort of victory like that at the end. I mean, they played it the smart. I mean, again, we've seen it